Less than a week after two mill closures were announced in the interior, the NDP leader paid a visit to our city. Adrian Dix says Liberal policy, or lack of it, is entirely to blame for tens of thousands of forestry job losses.
Less than a week after two mill closures were announced in the interior, BC NDP leader Adrian Dix is paying the city a visit. He says the Liberals have failed to address the needs of forestry-dependent communities, despite its successes in securing alternative markets for lumber in Asia.
Just because there have been some successes in opening up foreign markets doesn't mean the loss of 35,000 jobs isn't felt in communities. Doesn't mean that Houston, a community that is hugely dependent on forestry, doesn't need support in these instances. It doesn't mean we don't have to prepare for issues around timber supply.
In fact, more exports are heading to China today than our traditional market, the United States.
We've put in place a midterm timber supply action plan, continuing to look at mitigating the impacts of the downturn in fiber supply. We know it's possible that there may be some other mills that need to close, but that timing and location of those will be business decisions.
Dix feels the creation of a Jobs Protection Commissioner is required and vows an NDP government would act on such things as the midterm timber supply report issued earlier this year to ensure interior mills have continued access to fiber.
And in China, signed two new MOUs in China. These are important agreements that help establish they're the necessary first step towards building commercial activity in provincial regions in China.
Canfor and West Fraser Timber are attributing their decision to close the mills to a timber supply shortage as a result of the mountain pine beetle epidemic.
I think it's time, 12 years into the government, for them to finally take responsibility for what's happened in their time in office, right? I mean, one always, when you look at issues over decades and generations, can point to things that could have happened in times in the past. But they've been in power for 12 years.
Dix vows his party will continue to push government for aid for the more than 400 workers affected by the mill closures in the coming months. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.